Like everyone else, I think it's wide open, and as long as there's a horse in there, you'll have to beat him. 3 fillies in there. I think they probably stand as good a chance as anyone, although it's mainly a colt race.
Ageless Pronto Don, driven by John Simpson, tells the huge crowd that it's Hambletonian time. Post-parade for the first heat of the 1967 Hambletonian. Dazzling Speed, Stand Dancer Up. Armbro Herald with Bob Sullivan. Pomp with Harry Pinal. Miss Marker and Ralph Baldwin. Speedy Streak, Del Cameron Up. Arden Vance, driver Ned Bauer. Skymaster with Donnie Hayes. Speed Model and Art Holt. Murray Meir and Marcel Dostie. Keystone Pride with Bill Houghton. Halifax Hanover with Joe O'Brien. And Flying Cloud with driver Jack Williams Jr. Temperature at race time is 83 degrees. Crowd fever is at 100.
12 of the world's greatest 3-year-old trotters in behind the starting gate for the first heat of the Hambletonian. And here they come. A-Roff and trotting Dazzling Speed along the rail, Pomp, Armbro Harold, and from the outside Speed Model as they race into that first turn. That's Dazzling Speed down along the rail. Armbro Harold is second, Speed Model third on the outside. Racing in fourth is Halifax Hanover, and then Pomp in fifth. Flying Cloud sixth, Keystone Pride is seventh, Miss Marker eighth. Speedy Streak is 9th, Skymaster 10th, Arden Vance 11th, and Murray Meir is 12th, and Speed Model moves to the front as they go past the quarter in 28 4/5 seconds. That's Speed Model opening a quick 2 lengths. Racing second, Dazzling Speed. Armbro Harold is third along the inside. Pomp fourth on the outside as they go to the backstretch. Halifax Hanover is fifth, and Keystone Pride is sixth. Arden Vance is seventh, and Speedy Streak is eighth. Moving down the backstretch to the half, Dazzling Speed leads by a length. There goes Pomp up on the outside, and Pomp is going for and getting the lead. It is Pomp in front, and Keystone Pride is moving right with him. They're past the half in 1 minute flat. Pomp has the lead. Keystone Pride is driving up now to challenge him. Dazzling Speed is third as they swing round the turn, and racing up on the outside now is Speedy Streak. They're coming over to the 3/4 mile mark, and Keystone Pride leads the way, but here comes Speedy Streak moving up to challenge Keystone Pride. It is Speedy Streak on the outside now getting the lead. Keystone Pride is second, Dazzling Speed is trotting third, Pomp fourth down along the rail. In fifth is Speed Model on the outside, and Halifax Hanover is sixth. Armbro Harold now seventh, and they turn for home. That is Speedy Streak out in front, and he has a 3-length lead. Keystone Pride down along the rail is second, Dazzling Speed is third. Halifax Hanover and Speed Model closing on the outside, Pomp down along the rail, but it's Speedy Streak drawing away. He is 5 lengths in front and cruising, and Speedy Streak wins the first heat of the Hambletonian in an easy victory for Del Cameron. Speedy Streak alone at the wire, and the first mile in 2 minutes flat.
Speedy Streak brought Castleton Farm $113,000 in the Lexington sales ring 2 years ago. It was the highest price ever paid for a yearling colt, and his 4-length win in this first heat of the Hambletonian made that sales price look like a bargain. Factually, however, Speedy has been slow in living up to both his name and his yearling price tag. He won only twice in 18 starts last year as a 2-year-old and did not race this year until July 14th because of a fungus infection in his feet. And he's only halfway home in this Hambletonian. Hambletonian drivers remember that it was only 2 years ago that this classic went into 4 heats in the dark of night. And now a most reverent moment as Stanley Bergstein presents a memorial tribute to the late Don and Ruby Hayes. They are gone, but they will never be forgotten. And the stature of the Hambletonian at the coin will always reflect the devotion and affection they lavished upon it. The beauty of Don and Ruby Hayes is everywhere. Ready ready now for the second heat of the Hambletonian, and no one has been frightened out by Speedy Streak's opening performance. They're all back to make life more beautiful the second time around. Speedy Streak and Del Cameron gained the number 1 post position through virtue of their first heat victory, and fanned out directly to the right will be Keystone Pride, Halifax Hanover, Dazzling Speed, Pomp, and Murray Mere. Completing the front line are Speed Model, Armbro Herald, Flying Cloud, and Skymaster, with Arden Vance and Miss Marker the trailers.
All 12 back for the second heat of the Hambletonian after that first 2-minute mile. Here they come. Hayroff and trotting Dazzling Speed is first away. Keystone Pride and Halifax Hanover on the inside, and Flying Cloud thundering up from the outside as Dazzling Speed goes off stride. It is Flying Cloud flying to the front by 2 lengths. Halifax Hanover is second, Keystone Pride is third, Armbro Harold fourth, Speedy Streak is fifth. Skymaster up on the outside, 6th. Speed Model is 7th. Miss Marker is 8th. Racing in 9th is Pomp. Arden Vance is 10th. Dazzling Speed 11th. And Murray Mere is 12th as they reach the quarter, and Keystone Pride gets the lead. In second, it's Flying Cloud. Up on the outside, Skymaster is 3rd. Then trotting 4th is Halifax Hanover. Speed Model is 5th, and Armbro Harold 6th. Speedy Streak is 7th as the field moves down the backstretch and to the half-mile mark. The leader is Keystone Pride, out in front by a length. Flying Cloud is right there second by a head. Skymaster, a surprise on the outside, is second now, ranging up to challenge Keystone Pride as they go past the half-mile mark. It is Keystone Pride with that lead. Skymaster on the outside is second. Flying Cloud is trotting third down along the rail. Speed Model is fourth on the outside, and Halifax Hanover is fifth. Speedy Streak is sixth on the move. Racing in seventh is Armbro Harold. Coming around the turn to the 3/4 mile mark, the leader is Keystone Pride, in front now 3/4 of a length. Skymaster is second. Along the rail, Flying Cloud still a game third. On the outside, Speed Model fourth, gaining ground on the leaders, and Speedy Streak is now fifth. They're turning for home, and it's Keystone Pride with the lead. On the outside, Speed Model is coming on, and on the extreme outside, Speedy Streak. They turn into the stretch, and Speed Model gets the lead. It is Speed Model in front, Speedy Streak gaining, and Keystone Pride under a drive at the rail. Here comes Speedy Streak at Speed Model. It is Speedy Streak getting up on the outside, Speed Model second, and Keystone Pride third, and Speedy Streak has won the Hambletonian in a straight heat victory as he charges across that finish line in front with Speed Model second and Keystone Pride third. This mile in 2 minutes and 1 second.
There he is, the highest priced yearling of all time, Speedy Streak. And what a dividend he returned today. And what a day it is also for Del Cameron, the little driving master from North Carolina. Cameron becomes only the 3rd driver in history to win the Hambletonian 3 times. He did it with Newport Dream in 1954 and with Egyptian Candor in 1965. The happiest people in the world assemble in Victory Lane after a Hambletonian, and today they happen to be Mr. K.D. Owen and the father-son combination of Clarence and John Gaines, the 3 owners of Speedy Streak. For the Gaines, it's an unprecedented 2nd straight Hambletonian victory. 1 year ago, it was Carryway, flying the victorious Gainesway Farm banner. Castleton Farm of Lexington, Kentucky can also take a long, low bow today. Its Speedster Stallion now has produced 2 Hambletonian winners, Speedy Streak's full brother Speedy Scott having won in 1963. Mr. Clarence Gaines and Speedy's other 2 owners will realize a $60,000 share of this Hambletonian purse, and Speedy's 2-year earnings now climb to nearly $100,000. John Gaines tells how it feels to win 2 in a row, and Del Cameron compares this one with his first 2 Hambletonian victories.
Well, I don't know. I kind of thought I had a shot today, but the biggest surprise one was Egyptian Candor. Of course, Newport Dream, I thought he had a chance, but it was a great thrill to win it today, but I didn't think my luck would last this long that I could win 3. I thought I'd had my share and should be happy with that.
of the times today for Speedy Street.